We got the tickets,
Finally.
but that created a whole new problem.
We only get 2 suitcases
Two.
each to start our new life in China.
Which means most of what we own is not coming with us.
And not really sure how that's going to work.
So we're moving to Shenzhen, China in less than 4 months. I'm Derek. This is Kelly. And we've moved before across town, across states, but not internationally. And this is completely different.
We're going to be documenting this entire journey from preparing for the move to what life is actually once we get to China. So if that's something you're interested in following, feel free to subscribe.
And if there are any topics that you would like us to cover or questions you have about the process, just let us know in the comments. So we have to sell our house, which throws another monkey wrench into the whole situation. We have 5 different decision points that we have to make on what we're doing with our stuff. Throw it away, give it to Goodwill, sell it, send it back to Vegas, which is going to eventually be our home base, or take it to China. And we already said we only get 2 suitcases each. So we got a lot of stuff we got to figure out what we're doing with.
Yeah. So the research I've done, which I know you love when I throw out research,
I do.
is that a lot of times people that are in the international school world are usually, not always, but they're usually younger teachers who don't really have decades worth of things, right? So they have just themselves and a few items, and I don't think it's that big of a decision.
Right. I remember I was just talking to my son the other day, and I remember driving from Buffalo, New York to Las Vegas with my Altima, and that's all I had was in the trunk of my Altima. Because I was 23 years old, I had nothing. We're no longer 23 years old.
We're close.
We're close. But we've got stuff. And if any of you have lived in a house longer than a few years, you know you just accumulate stuff. We moved from Las Vegas to Oregon. We've done a cross-state move. That was fairly easy compared to this because we could just throw everything in a moving van and bring it up here. Now, granted, we threw it all back in the moving van and dragged it back to Vegas. But how are we figuring out, like, what are we throwing away?
Yeah.
How did we we had a dumpster. We had a whole dumpster in the driveway, and we're just chucking stuff into the dumpster. How'd you know what to throw away?
If it wasn't good enough to go to Goodwill, if I didn't feel like it could go to Goodwill, I just threw it away. And we have a pod. It's a little container thing that we've rented for 4 months because our real estate agent said we had to clear out the house, which makes sense, right? To sell it. They're going to take pictures. So it just added to the stress of, okay, what do we do with all this stuff? So what I've been doing is slowly packing things that are going to go to the condo, right?
In Vegas.
In Vegas. And we're just putting them in the pod, right? Just boxes. But eventually we're going to get to an actual decision-making piece where we have to decide what is going to be in our suitcases on the plane to China.
Again, we only get 2 suitcases. That's it.
And the shipping thing is very interesting.
Can you explain that again?
So in my brilliance, I thought, oh, this will be great. I will pack a box of things that I will ship to Shenzhen, and it'll be there when we get there. But when I talk to our people in Shenzhen, it doesn't work that way. You get a Z visa in order to get to China. And then once we get to China, we apply for a residence visa. And it takes about 4 weeks. So until we have that residence visa, we can't ship anything to ourselves. Right. So that means two choices. Either we just don't and forget about it, or I pre-package everything into some boxes and we have one of our kids ship it for us, or there's companies that I think do that for you. So that kind of changed a lot of my thinking with that.
Yeah. We have also done a lot of ChatGPT research. And I'm going to tell you, our ChatGPTs are giving us very conflicting advice. My ChatGPT says pack just the clothes that you need, like 5 days worth of clothes. You can buy everything in Shenzhen. But also, though, pack, well, it had me buy Apple HomePods and Apple HomePod Minis because it's best to buy them in the United States than it is to buy them in China. That's a different episode. But that takes up space in the suitcase of only which we get two
so
each.
That'll be your suitcase.
Right.
And my chat GPT said to pack a few things that were comfort items. So like, maybe a set of sheets that feel... Are you shaking your head?
We only have 2 suitcases
I know,
each. Where are you putting sheets? Have you seen your closet?
Anyway, so that's what my chat GPT said. It also said, because I'm 5'9", and maybe not the smallest feet, like size 9.5.
Okay.
Maybe those are big. I don't know. But anyway, so shoes are things that my chat said to make sure, your favorite shoes to take.
Right.
Anyway. Oh, and I also heard like some Western medicine that you want to take with you because you might not necessarily get that medicine.
Again, all of this in 2 suitcases each. I don't know how it's going to happen. We did sell some stuff, and we're looking at selling some more stuff. One of the things, we had a bedroom set, an antique bedroom set that was super cool. That's not something we were going to give to Goodwill. We sold it on Marketplace. Things that can actually get us some money, we're looking at selling, but also it has to be super easy because we are not into...
Oh, the cars.
Oh yeah, well that's a whole other episode as well, where we're gonna have to sell both of our cars prior to going, and who knows how that's gonna work either.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot going on. So if you're doing this like we are for the first time, or if you've done this and you wanna give us some advice, I'd love some advice in the comments. But
you sound so professional. Like you've said that twice.
Oh.
In the comments, give us advice. So that's where we're at. We've got a lot more that I'm sure is more to come, but this is where we are right now today.
And we'll definitely be doing a video as we're packing up our suitcases to let you know what we actually decided on. For those of you who don't know Kelly very well, probably most of you watching, we had to turn an entire bedroom into a closet so that Kelly...
wasn't just my clothes. Your clothes, you had a whole part of the...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Kelly had 3 walls. I had a half a wall. Right. So there's that.
The dresser thing.
So yeah, Kelly's got to really figure out how to downsize. That's going to be more of a question than I think mine.
I've already started.
That's great.
I've done great. I've done really well.
You have. All right. So again, not sure where we're going to go next with this. As things happen, we'll be bringing it to you.